Every year in the late winter, the Natick Community Organic Farm welcomes a new maple sugaring season. When the days are consistently above freezing and the nights are consistently below freezing, the difference in pressure inside and outside a tree causes sap to move around, transporting energy in the form of sugar to where it can be used to grow new twigs and buds. Sap is mostly water, over 95%. Certain types of maple trees happen to have sap that has a higher concentration of sugar than other trees, and that is why we make syrup from it. To make syrup from maple sap, it is necessary to boil off most of that water until it is more like 1/3 water and 2/3 sugar. It takes something like 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of maple syrup, although the actual ratio can vary depending on the trees and the weather. While modern commercial sugaring operations use plastic tubing and vacuum pumps to collect sap, the Natick farm does it the old-fashioned way, by hanging buckets on every tap. The farm gets permission to tap hundreds of maple trees in cemeteries, school campuses, and other private properties, as well as tapping trees at the farm. The farmer drills a tap hole into the tree and inserts a spile or spout from which the sap will drip. Then a lidded bucket is hung over the spile to collect the sap. When the weather is favorable and the sap is running, the buckets fill up. Staff and volunteers empty the buckets into larger buckets, which are in turn emptied into a large collection tank that can be transported in the back of the farm's truck. The sap is later transferred to another tank outside the sugar shack at the farm, so the truck can go back out on more collecting runs. Inside the sugar shack, an evaporator sits on top of a wood-fired firebox. The fire is kept stoked all day long as there is sap to evaporate. The shack has both a chimney to exhaust smoke from the wood fire as well as vents to let steam escape. Sap flows into the evaporator pan and passes through a series of chambers as the water boils off and it becomes more dense. In the final chamber, the farmer uses an instrument called a hydrometer to verify the density has reached a level at which it can be considered syrup. The final step is to pour the syrup through filters into larger containers. The syrup will later be repackaged into small containers which are available for sale at the farm. Come on down to the farm the first weekend in March when the farm has its annual Maple Magic Day, including a pancake breakfast and tours of the farm. It's a celebration of sugaring season you're sure to enjoy.